Welcome to this explainer. We are jumping straight into the actual science of nighttime metabolism today. And honestly, it turns out we might need to rethink everything we thought we knew about weight loss.
So, think you burn the most fat sweating it out on the treadmill during the day? Well, we've kind of been told for decades that weight loss is all about what you do when you're moving, right? But the science reveals a totally different story.
The surprising reality is that your body is almost incapable of burning meaningful fat while you're awake and active. The real heavy lifting actually happens when you are completely unconscious, literally drooling on your pillow. Think about it. If you weigh yourself right before bed and right when you wake up, you're lighter. You didn't exercise in your dreams, but your body was quietly working that entire time.
Okay, let's run through our agenda. We're going to cover the sleep metabolism secret, the battle of growth versus insulin, mastering your meal timing, nighttime foods and supplements, and we'll wrap up with the cold and calm. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The Sleep Metabolism Secret. Let's look at those background operations.
When you look at total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE, sleep's role becomes incredibly clear. Your basal metabolic rate accounts for a massive 70% of your daily energy use. That is way more than physical activity or digestion combined. Your body constantly demands energy just to keep the systems running.
To put that into perspective, on average, your body is quietly burning roughly 50 calories every single hour you are asleep. And it's doing that just to keep your heart beating, to regulate your hormones, and to keep your brain repairing. It's working continuously in the background.
This whole process is governed by what's called your sleeping metabolic rate, or SMR. And here's the really cool part. This calorie burning process isn't just a flat line all night. It actually revs way up during the second half of the night, mostly because your brain demands massive amounts of glucose during REM sleep. It's basically a metabolically awake brain running inside a resting body.
Section 2. Hormones, growth versus insulin, the biological battle.
To truly hack the system, we really have to understand the stark biological conflict between these two forces. First, we have growth hormone. Think of it as the night watchman. It pulls fat out of storage for cellular repair, but it absolutely requires complete darkness and deep delta wave sleep. Then there's insulin, the storage guard. The crucial takeaway here, you literally cannot burn fat if insulin is in the room with growth hormone. It's a biological impossibility.
So to maximize that growth hormone, you've got to catch the right sleep trains. Sleep moves in these 90-minute waves. Missing that crucial 10 p.m. window, say by staying up watching a stressful movie, causes you to miss the first major deep sleep cycle entirely. Suddenly, your cortisol spikes, you get that familiar second wind, and now you're running on stress hormones until the next train arrives around 1 a.m. Just that one mistake cuts your fat-burning time by nearly 25%.
And the consequences of missing that window go even further. As Stanford medicine research shows, if your stress hormone, cortisol, stays high at night because you're laying awake worrying, your body literally instructs precursor cells to flourish into stubborn belly fat. To prevent weight gain, your normal circadian rhythm absolutely needs that cortisol to drop low at night.
Moving to Section 3, mastering your meal timing. Because when you eat absolutely matters.
Clinical trials out of Vanderbilt University, along with recent 2024 data, confirm a pretty powerful reality. People eating within an 8-hour window see maximum weight loss and better blood sugar. On the flip side, late-night meals force your body to burn the carbs you just ate rather than tapping into your stored fat. So listen to this. Even if your calories are perfectly matched for the day, late-night eaters just burn less fat while sleeping. Simple as that.
This is exactly why implementing a strict 6:30 p.m. food cutoff is such a massive game changer. It's an insulin lockdown. It ensures insulin is completely cleared out before your head hits the pillow, which kicks the door wide open for growth hormone. Oh, and here's an interesting shift. If you do a high-intensity workout late in the day, try skipping that heavy post-workout meal. Using fasted recovery forces your body to grab the energy it needs for repair directly from your fat cells.
Section 4. Nighttime foods and supplements. Let's look at your biological tools. Okay, but if you absolutely must have something before bed, keep it under 200 calories and prioritize these strategic options. Plain Greek yogurt has slow-digesting casein protein that feeds your muscles without an aggressive insulin spike. Tart cherry juice delivers natural melatonin, turkey gives you sleep-inducing tryptophan, and a little warm milk with cinnamon helps stabilize your blood sugar. These options keep the hunger pangs away without waking up the storage guard. You can also leverage some natural sleep aids to calm your nervous system. A 2022 study found that magnesium heavily improved deep sleep and cut down on muscle cramps. Vitamin B1 is incredible. It acts like a dimmer switch for your brain, just shutting off that frustrating mental chatter. Glycine naturally drops your core body temperature, and L-theanine cuts right through nighttime anxiety. This stack perfectly prepares your biological environment for fat loss.
Finally, Section 5, the cold and calm. How to optimize your environment.
Did you know we all have a hidden metabolic furnace? It's called brown fat. And unlike regular white storage fat that just holds extra calories, brown fat's entire job is to actively burn calories just to generate heat for your body. It is absolutely packed with tiny cellular power plants called mitochondria. So, how do we trigger it? Well, a fascinating study from the University of Utah revealed that sleeping in a 66-degree Fahrenheit room significantly increases your brown fat volume and resting metabolism. Your body is basically performing passive exercise just to stay warm. But a quick warning here, sleeping in an 81-degree room literally undoes all that progress.
Now, combine that cool room with coherent nasal breathing. Look, most of us overbreathe through our mouths, and that keeps us stuck in fight or flight mode. Try this. Inhale smoothly through your nose for a count of 6, and exhale through your nose for a count of 6. This lowers your heart rate, preserves your carbon dioxide balance, and signals to your liver that it's finally safe to release fat stores for energy. Let's pull this all together into a 7-step blueprint. Make your bedroom a dark, cool cave. Catch that 10 p.m. sleep cycle. Enforce the 6:30 p.m. food cutoff. Utilize fasted recovery if you train late. Supplement with magnesium and B1 to quiet the mind. Practice that 6-second nasal breathing, and drop the thermostat to 66 degrees. By pulling these biological levers, you align your habits with your biology, letting your body do the heavy lifting while you simply rest.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a challenge to optimize your own sleeping metabolic rate. Looking at the 2 biggest needle movers we discussed today, which of these biological hacks are you brave enough to try tonight? The strict 6:30 p.m. food cutoff, or dropping your thermostat down to a chilly 66 degrees? Let that sink in. Thank you for exploring the science of sleep and metabolism with me, and here's to making your nights as productive as your days.